The search for outstanding local government initiatives is back. The Galing Pook Awards will again recognize the LGUs that have shown remarkable dedication to advancing governance innovations. To tell us more is Galing Pook Foundation Executive Director Georgina Hernandez Yang. Georgina, great to have you with us. I can't believe that it's already been 365 days since we talked about the 29th anniversary.
Yes, good evening, Rico, and everyone who's watching us. Yes, indeed, it has been a very fast and exciting year.
30th year. Happy 30th anniversary.
Yes, and we're leveling up. No, our theme for this year is to level up all the governance innovations, especially those that build resilience among our community.
But haven't we every year seen local government initiatives leveling up?
There's always room for improvement.
Yes.
That's for one. And until there's more communities to help, until there's more people that need better government services, we will continue to look for higher and higher benchmarks. We keep leveling up the benchmarks for better governance for our Filipinos.
And we need that right now. Better governance, not only on the local government level, but also on the national level.
And the good news, actually, what I'm very happy, it's quite new development this year, is we've signed a number of partnerships with national government agencies. So in Galing Pook Foundation, we recognize local governance innovations, but we do that just as a start. And our goal is for these local governance best practices to be replicated nationwide by having our national government agencies adopt it into national programs, even into laws. So we signed a partnership with the Department of Social Welfare and Development to address our perennial problem on stunting and malnutrition. So the Galing Pook Awards is really a place where we see models that have demonstrated positive results and impact, but it doesn't end there.
That's true. It should not, and it should be sustained. Last year, Georgina, I was honored and privileged to be one of the members of the Board of Judges, and I saw really world-class initiatives from many of the local government units. But the big question is always sustaining those best practices from a small population to a national level.
Yes, that's true. And we've had a lot of engagements with the winners, say from last year. Iloilo City has their advocacy on active mobility and transport. And they have since presented to the Union of Local Authorities of the Philippines, the DILG, and the DOTR for it to be adopted and for the laws to be informed by the best practices that they've seen in Iloilo City, one of our programs, iBike.
But Georgina, so many best practices, so much talking, but why isn't there enough action and implementation? Is it the bureaucracy, the red tape? What is wrong?
Well, I think when we talk government, there really is a lot of levels. But what I want to offer is that what
there's
we
hope.
Also see is the importance of active citizenship.
Yes.
The good governance among local governments is only possible with active support from ordinary citizens. And what sets our Galing Pook awardees apart from other local government programs is that they are able to engage the citizens to take an active role in implementing and even designing programs, in identifying what the real problems are. Sometimes we see government just reacting to symptoms of problems. But with strong participatory governance, with the role of citizens' organizations, there's a deeper understanding of what might be causing the symptoms or the problems that we're seeing.
I think that's a symptom of many local government leaders is that we're reactionary. We have to be proactive.
So that's the criteria, right? You have the people's participation and empowerment. And aside from the Galing Pook Awards that recognizes the 10 outstanding local governance programs, we have 17 finalists for this year.
17 out of 166 entries.
Yes. So it was, again, a rigorous selection process. You would know this being one of our board of judges.
Wow, only 10%, are chosen, let's say, from the 166?
Of the 166, we visited 33 programs. Those that were really able to show evidence and data of the impact. So not just what they did, but what impact it created in the communities.
All right, but what are the dominant themes of these finalists? I see very common areas that are really needed and are top of mind, front and center when it comes to national issues.
Many of these are related to climate change adaptation and building resilience among our communities.
I can see agriculture here.
In fact, even
Food security.
even the agriculture program is one that really takes into consideration climate change. So.
Yeah.
Trying to see how upland farming can also address food security while it solves climate vulnerability. And of course, we see a lot of basic services, efficiency in delivering health services. As well as education services, a barangay. Also, barangay elections is upcoming, and in Galing Pook, we keep looking for models that newly elected officials may want to learn from. So we're quite excited to put together all of our barangay level winners from the past years, not just from this year.
And when I was a judge last year, some really great models in the fields of agriculture and
Yes.
food security. And now we still continue to see rising prices of all the basic commodities that we have on our dinner table.
Totoo yan. I think there's really a lot of work that needs to be done in terms of bringing more stakeholders on board for this to create a larger impact in more areas. We've seen it work in a barangay, in a municipality, in a city, or even just in a province. But for it to really be felt nationally, there has to be more support from private sector,
All
national
stakeholders,
government.
political will
That's true.
is very important. And of course, the best practices should really start from the top.
Yes, and
Right?
we're happy because we have champions, no? So we have that partnership with the DSWD. Aside from that, of course, the DILG is on board to really scale up these best practices. One of our winners from last year is NIA Administrator Eddie Guillen, the PIDIG program.
Yeah, we had him
PIDIG,
on the final
Ilocos
word.
Norte.
Yeah, when we
And-
featured some of the main winners.
And now, as administrator of NIA, he's really working towards addressing
Irrigation.
and in order to increase agricultural productivity. Hopefully, we have an advocacy of 4S to make food accessible, affordable, available, and culturally acceptable in our program, the Spaces program with our different partners.
All right, 17 finalists. When is the final screening of the 10 outstanding local governance programs? And when is the awarding ceremony?
So we'll have the final screening of the 10 outstanding local governance programs on October 11. Right before that, and this again is a returning program of Galing Pook, we have the Citizenship Awards. And then that's what really excites us more this year. To build a picture of good governance, we need good local governments with active citizens engaging with them. So we also have the Citizenship Awards that will recognize active citizens. We have the final presentation and interview on October 10, and both will be meeting on the 12th, October 12, for the much-awaited announcement of winners.
And all the winners are welcome to guest right
you.
here on the final word and talk about their initiatives on a local level and scaling up and leveling up
Leveling it
to
up.
the national level.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us, Georgina Hernandez Yang from the Galing Pook Foundation.
Thank you, Rick.